Yo, I didn't get paid for this movie, but let me share my story with y'all so you don't make the same mistake. Yo, what's up everybody? It's Joe, your MIDI mentor, and today I'm back with a brand new video of how I was on this movie and I never got paid for it. This movie's called G, all right? It was put out by Sony Pictures in 2005. It features actors and actresses such as Richard T. Jones, Blair Underwood, and Shinoa Maxwell. Let me go ahead and break this down and go ahead and share my story with y'all. So let's jump into it. All right, so this goes back early 2000s. Early 2000s, I started off as an artist, a singer, a songwriter, right? This was before the internet per se, right? I mean, internet was out, but it wasn't what it is today. All right, this is before social media and the whole entire explode of social media. So networking was really just networking with people. So you had to meet somebody that knows somebody type thing, right? So I'm in the Midwest at this time, back in my city, and I'm writing songs and I'm putting them out. And I was an early adopter to the internet. So I'm uploading my music to like mp3.com and in these different formats back then. And I came across somebody that had put me in touch with this guy out of New Jersey. And this guy out of New Jersey basically said that he wanted to manage me as an artist for me to fly out to Jersey, and we're gonna go ahead and record in New York. So early 2000s, I'm pre-20s, all right? So I'm still a kid. Matter of fact, I remember in order to go to New York to do this, I had to bring my brother. My brother's 7 years older than me. So at that time, I bring my brother with me. Me and him go out to New York, and we're gonna record these demos for this manager to manage my career, to manage this project and try to shop it to get different deals, right? So we go out to Jersey. We're staying in Jersey, and I remember we had to take a cab every day to New York to go to the studio. And we're working out of at that time Unique Studios in New York City. All right. So I get up there, and basically the guy sits me down, and it's the old used car salesman shit, like, man, I can do this for you, I can do that, like, I'm gonna take this, and I really want to make sure you eat, so I'm gonna give you that. And it sounds good, I'm a kid, I'm like, I'm trying to take any opportunity at that time, so I'm like, let's do it, right? So I'm already out there. So he sits me down, he's like, I'll never forget. So the first person he takes me to is like this entertainment lawyer. And at that time, this entertainment lawyer is the lawyer for like Cedric the Entertainer, Nelly, a whole bunch of different people. And I'm in his office. He's got all these plaques and these are his direct clients. I'm like, man, I'm really in there. Like, this is cool, right? And so we leave his office and we ended up going to the studio. And the guy's talking to me. He's like, hey, look, Jelly, I got this potential opportunity to land a soundtrack on a movie. The movie's gonna be called G, and we want to make a song called Summer G, right? So I was like, all right, like Summer G, what is Summer G? So he kind of gives me the rundown of what the movie's gonna be about. So we start writing it out. And so we end up going to the studio. Matter of fact, I'll never forget, actually, two of my friends from St. Louis at that time drove 18 hours to New York just to be around and kind of, facilitate and produce and write with me. So they end up coming up, and so we're all in the studio, we're linked up, and we're writing this song called Summer G, right? We end up doing the record, and then we end up doing a couple more records, and then another record with this artist at that time that was signed with Queen Latifah. His name was Roddy Raz. That's actually my homie. Roddy, if you're watching this, bro, I love you. Hopefully you're doing good. So we record these records. Right, and it's been a week or so at this time, so we're getting ready to go back home. So me and my brother, we're packing up, we're getting back on the plane, we're going back home. I should have knew this was messed up, by the way. I'm just gonna let you know, if anybody ever brings you to a city, right, and then they put you like, because management back then, they kind of like, oh, I take care of it, you'll take care of me when you're on type shit. So he pays for the plane tickets for me and my brother, but he must have paid cash, and what that did is it gave us this flight that went to like 4 different cities before it got back to St. Louis. So we get on the plane, and I think we flew to like Miami to Chicago to like Texas back to my hometown, which was mad weird. We should have just came back to my hometown. So we end up leaving. We're leaving New York, and they got all the records that we had recorded, and they didn't have one. I actually had the CD still for Summer G, for the song that we wrote. It was a dope song. I wanted to take it back home and let my people hear it, right? So we take the master. We got back home. We're playing it for everybody. Check this out, man. We're gonna be in a movie. This is the song on the movie. Blah 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 blah. Well, end up it kind of goes south with that management, right? And the dude like ghosts me, and I never really hear back from him, and it's mad weird. I'm like, man, all right, whatever. Opportunity. We have fun. Keep pushing. So that's exactly what I did. So 5 years, fast forward, right? 5 years, I'm in my city. I'm actually doing a show at that time at a local venue, and one of my fans comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, Jelly, bro, I love your songs on the movie G." I said, "The movie G? My song? Like, I'm on a movie? You gotta be kidding me, right?" And he's like, "No, bro, you have 2 songs on a movie called G." I'm like, "Really?" I was like, that's weird. I wrote a song for that movie and never heard back from it. It's been like 5 years. So I go to Blockbuster and I see the movie, oh, sitting there, right? I'm like, all right, let me get it. So I rent the movie, go home, I play it. Sure enough, I'm watching it. Boom, 2 of my songs are on the movie. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Like, I gotta receive some type of royalties, payment, sync fees, something, right? So, you know, I try to reach out to the dude still ghosts, like off the planet. Still don't even know where he's at today, right? And so the next thing I did, I start calling lawyers. So I'm calling out in LA, and I'm calling these attorneys and I'm telling them my deal, like, hey, you know, 5 years ago, I did some songs for a movie, bad management, never heard back. I found out that they took my songs and placed it on the movie, and these lawyers are like, oh, really? Like, shoot, you know, blah, blah, blah. How long has it been out? 5 years. They're like, who put it out? I'm like, Sony Pictures. So they look at, oh, well, Sony's a big company. We'll look into it. But it was a private entity that did the movie, and then Sony basically backed it and distributed it, right? So basically what they said was, you know, the movie's been out for quite some time. The people that probably signed off on your records already took the money, the sync fee, the advancement, and spent it. Really, when we're going to pursue that lawsuit, we would be suing the entity that actually, you know, forged the rights for your music over. And, you know, they might not have anything, and it's really just a crapshoot, right? So I'm like, damn, what do I do, right? Got 2 songs on this movie. Like, at this time, I'm kind of feeling defeated, right? I definitely had some success in my music career at that time, but, you know, I definitely thought I should be compensated for the efforts that I put in for it, right? Basically, what I did is I just took it as an opportunity to put it on my resume. You know, be feeling defeated and thinking of it like, all right, I didn't get money off of it. Like, it's, you know, really didn't do nothing for me. It did do something for me. It gave me a position to you know, go out there and try to get more sync fees, more placements, put it on the resume that looks better. Like, hey, you know, this dude's actually been a part of movies and video games and these major projects, which that's still to this day how I kind of use it. And basically the lesson of the story is, you know, watch who you're dealing business with. Make sure that, like, when I left, I only had the masters for the song that I thought was really tight and I wanted to take home. I didn't keep the masters for the other records. They had them, right? So literally when I left, they had the master versions of the songs that I did with all the track outs and everything. Like, I didn't even have that. So never leave your masters behind with somebody you don't know. Never leave them at the studio. Make sure that you're studying up on your business. Know your business, right? Make sure that you're not just walking into management deals blind. If somebody says they're going to do a whole bunch for you, you know, always be a skeptic until really, you know, they can provide, you know, or show you proof that they can really do something for you. That would be my knowledge to y'all. So that way y'all don't get ripped off like I did. I can't really say ripped off, man, because this definitely served a purpose. You know, I furthered my music career with having this on my resume. So hopefully, you know, you learn from this. I'm Joe, your MIDI mentor, and I'm out.